So this little video is created as a result of today's class where there was some confusion in regards to the x-ray that was given in the case of the pneumothorax, more specifically the tension pneumo. So let me start off by saying, sorry, I'm not perfect. I've never said I was, and mistakes can occur. Misinformation can occur. And that's essentially what happened with the x-ray today. Now, this actually was the x-ray that we discussed in class. And I think part of the problem was I fell into the trap of anchoring heuristics. I think I anchored on to the fact that the patient had some tracheal deviation on this chest x-ray, which led me down the path to think that the pneumothorax actually occurred on the right side, when in essence, the patient actually has a tension pneumo that has occurred on the left. Now, consulting with Dr. Thompson, he confirmed this with me, but also I want to point out that Eric Malone also brought this to my attention after class. So first of all, let me step back and say thank you, Eric. My hat off to you for respectfully coming up to me and addressing the issue that you thought that the actual collapsed lung was on the left side in this case. And the way that you brought it up, the way that you described the image, the way that you had the resources, I thought was excellent. You were very respectful in the way that you approached the incorrect information, and I take my hat off to you. And I really appreciate the way that you addressed the incorrect or the misinformation. So thank you, Eric. So going back to this x-ray, I'd like to point out, after speaking to Dr. Thompson to confirm this, was that the patient actually had a tension pneumothorax, meaning they have an increase of air that has gone into the pleural space into the left lung, which actually increases the lung capacity. And as a result of increasing the lung capacity in regards to this extra air, or increased air, so what's happening is air is becoming entrapped within the left lung and it's not allowed to escape. As a result of that increased air, it's creating the mediastinum to shift towards the right, hence the tracheal deviation. Now also on the right side, Dr. Thompson did confirm with what I was suspecting, that the patient had atelectasis. There is some lung collapse occurring on the right side as well. But in essence, this patient has a tension pneumo, hence the increase in space between the ribs as a result of the lung actually expanding. So if we go to trauma.org, tension pneumo, here the diagnosis and management of a tension pneumo, essentially you have a progressive buildup of air within the pleural space, due to lung laceration. In our case, it was due to blunt force trauma to the chest wall. In our clinical scenario, which allowed air to escape into the pleural space and not to return. As a result, positive pressure ventilation occurred. We had a buildup of pressure within the pleural space, pushing the mediastinum to the opposite hemothorax, which essentially our chest x-ray exhibited. And again, classic signs, tracheal shift, we have a decrease in chest expansion. So here it says here, the tracheal deviation from away from the side, hyperexpanded chest, increased percussion note, and hyperexpanded chest that moves with little respiration. And then also, here's a great depiction of the pneumothorax itself. In this case, we have that large pneumothorax occurring where you have a lot of air collects inside, pushing the lung and heart towards the opposite side, creating the mediastinal shift, hence the tracheal deviation. So again, I just wanted to point this out that I was incorrect, and hope this gives further clarification to this x-ray. And as a note, if you go to this website here, fpnotebook.com, lung rad chest x-ray in pneumothorax, this is the actual chest film that occurred. And if you scroll down to pneumothorax or simple pneumothorax, gives you in detail the epidemiology, the physiology, pathophysiology, and the types. So this is a great resource for you, the Family Practice Notebook, in regards to um, the different types of pneumothoraxes that can occur from tension, spontaneous, and simple. So again, here's a great resource for you. And again, thank you, Eric Malone, for pointing that out to me. If you have any further questions, please let me know.